good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another video of the Hockey National Show with the hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy. Of course, it's Sunday fun day, and it's all about the series called the Let's Talk Habs. During that video, we're going to reviewing everything happening in the Montreal Canadiens last week, and also going to talk about what is coming for the upcoming week for your Montreal Canadiens, les Bleu Blanc Rouge. Don't go nowhere. Of course, you know the drill. Before we start, we invite you to subscribe to the Hockey National Show and click on the video if you like this video. And finally, of course, tell me what you think about the Montreal Canadiens last week and what is coming for them for the next week for the Montreal. So let's dive in about the Montreal Canadiens like we do. Let's talk series with the Montreal. The first thing we want to talk about today, guys, is reviewing a little bit what we want to talk. We're going to talk about Ken Hughes, the new general manager of the Montreal Canadiens. The Habs best week. We're going to review what happening to them. The injury concern. We have a couple of new players on the injury. Could be a little bit longer what we expect. The upcoming week. Then we're going to talk about the couple of players, the prospect player the Montreal Canadiens has, and also player could be eligible for the Montreal to get draft in 2022. And finally, I'm starting to give to you a little bit more my trade bait deadline for the Montreal Canadiens. So this is going happening during this video. So let's dive in right away about the Ken Hughes press conference happening this week at the Bell Center. And from the many, a few people, but what it was really interesting for a long time, the old ex-player for the Montreal Canadiens, talking about Guy Lafleur and Patrice Brisebois and many others could join and assist to the press conference. I think that was really unique and great. Of course, we maybe didn't mention, but Chantal Maccabi had become the director of the marketing for the team. So she's going in the communication. So she's going to be in charge about the team. And that's what already Sid's friends was. She invited the old players to join. So great asset for Chantal to join the team. But this is all about Ken Hughes. We know the ex-agent NHL is going to join the Montreal Canadiens, the associate with Jeff Gordon. He became the 18th general manager in the franchise of Montreal Canadiens. He has under his customer with a Quatrix management like Patrice Bergeron, Chris Letang, Anthony Beauvillier. He got in the past Vincent Le Cavalier. He has about 20-25 in NHL, but great from what we hear from him, first of all. Then also for the people, the ex-customer who can say to you, client, or people been around him for Ken Hughes. So I believe this is a great asset for the Montreal to add him. We have a few people became in the past as an agent, NHL player. Then after that become director general manager of any team in the NHL. Example, of course, we talk about Pierre Lacroix is one of them. Lacroix, of course, for many years was an agent. Then he became the director general manager of the Quebec Nordic and then the Colorado Avalanche. So we wish the best for Ken Hughes, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about him in the future. You know already, I make a couple of videos about him last week, so you can reviewing those videos and watch those videos and learn more about what I'm thinking about Ken Hughes. After his press conference, he joined Gordon, and they flew in Vegas to join the team over there Thursday. He did not meet the players during that game because he was too late, so he shook the hand of the players before the game started, and then he met them during the following days, Friday, Saturday, in Colorado. So this is already done, and I'm sure he's going to be on the road until Monday after the team fly back home after the game they play against Minnesota. So that will be happening. Prepare the plan. So what do you need to do? And what he mentioned, he prepared the plan. So he prepared the transition from the Bergevin area to the new area where we call the Gordon and, of course, Ken Hughes. So what he's looking for is about all the players. He need to know them. He need to understand the culture and also what Jeff Gordon with him, what direction they're going to go. Like rebuild, retools, which player want to stay, which player does not want to stay, and all this thing like that. I really like the human being of Ken Hughes to understand each player and the way he want to improve them, using by other things what the Montreal Canadiens can get and to offer this for the players. So it'll be interesting about that one. Then the trade deadline, of course, he mentioned he's going to prepare this and looking about this. I'm going to talk about this then at the end of the video. So let's dive in the second thing about the Montreal Canadiens. Of course, I don't know. St. Hughes joined the team. The team did not last. What are you talking about, coach? Yes, he joined the team. He signed a contract Tuesday. And then they beat the Dallas 5-3. They went to Vegas. They lost an OT. Again, Vegas, one of the best 10 teams in NHL 4-3. And then last night, again, the Colorado, they lost an OT 3-2. Maybe the best team in NHL. So you talk about Hughes 1-0-2, but also this is the best week for the Montreal Canadiens in the season 2021-2022. So really interesting. The fact, I said coincidence, it come also fact like Montreal got back in the lineup, Josh Anderson and also Tyler Toffoli. You can see at that moment the impact of Toffoli. It goes directly for the productivity on the offensive of Zuski this week. So you can see the matchup or the duo together helping the team. So and the fact also the speed of Anderson, but also Toffoli is play on PK and on offensive side and a 5 versus 5 helping the Montreal Canadiens, of course, Nick Suzuki. What about the goaltenders? Not only Montembeault, guys. I'm talking about Primo yesterday. 46 shot, 53, 51 shot again Dallas Vegas for Montembeault, and he found a way to win and lost an OT. Wow. Just an amazing, great performance for goaltender. But why you said but, coach? Because it's great. But if you think about this, you cannot win a season if you give too many goal and too many shots like they did. It's almost 150 shots in 3 games. That's too much. The goaltender cannot hanging there night after night, night after night, night after night to get 50 shots per night. You're going to lose game. So Montreal, because the time you give shot, you don't unpack possession, you don't control the puck, you don't have the management of the game, and that's not right. So that's something they need to work more. I'm going to talk a little bit more about French system and Montreal Canadiens a little bit later. But look, we have to be proud of Samuel Montembeault and, of course, Caden Primo, their performance this week with the Montreal Canadiens. Next thing I want to talk about, it's a little bit longer. The injuries continues for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's talk about, first of all, Carey Price situation. We heard at the beginning of the week he had a setback with his injury after he met his doctor from New York. So Price going to be out for a little bit longer. I still believe he's going to be back this year. When? I have no clue. Is it in February, in March? I don't know. But I still believe Carey Price, he will be back at some point with the Montreal Canadiens. We heard after the game at Drouin, Friday, Jonathan Drouin returned in Montreal for MRI, so checking what's going on with him and see what happened. So that was one. But also, not a good news. Montembeault have maybe a problem with the wrist. He's on day-to-day right now. Just check about what the swelling of his wrist going to be diminished or if not. It could be another injury inside. That would be the goaltender number 3 on Montreal Canadiens at that moment. Unbelievable what Montreal has this year on injuries for multiple players got injured. Good news on the flip side, we expect Gallagher to be back next week when the Montreal return in Montreal Thursday. Paul Biron is really, really close to join the team. Expect him very soon for that one. Talking about the bad news, what about Jake Allen? Out for minimum 2 months. So this was at the beginning of the week. At the end of the week, now it's Montembeault. It just continues, everything like that. We don't know yet about Edmonton's situation, right? And a Perrault a little bit longer. So there are the two other ones we need to talk about. And finally, Cole Caulfield's situation, we talk about. He's still under COVID protocol 19, should be out the next couple of days, everything like that. With all the returner players, the veteran player, do we keep Cole Caulfield or let him finish the season in Laval? I'm going to make a video about him, and for the member of the Hockey Nation Show, you're going to get an article about Cole Caulfield, prospect, why the reason does not score, and what happening with him on the defensive side, everything like that. It's pretty deep, and but I have no time to do it here right now at that moment. So it's a story we have to follow up about Cole Caulfield. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is the prospect for the Montreal Canadiens and also the prospect NHL Draft 22 review. So what I want to mention, see, every day, every week, I present to you a graphic. I'm going to disappear for that one, guys. What they did during the weekend or the last couple of days. So let's dive in. Friday night, we have a few players. Some of them are stuck or does not play because of COVID-19. Some of them are can or cannot play. So I just want to give you a couple of possibilities what happening. First of all, Friday night, the prospect Harris have 1 goal, won the last 3-2, have 4 shots on the net. Strubble have a 0. Luke Tuck with the Boston lost 2-1 in OT. He have 2 shots on the net. Logan Mailloux, unbelievable Mailloux, what he did so far since his return for the London. They win 6-2 again, and they have 4 shots on the net. Mazak lost 5-2 against Kingston, -2, 4 shots. Shane Wright with the Kingston beat Jan Mazak, 1 assist. Kiki, one assist. Savoie won 1 assist. They win the Winnipeg Jets. The last 3 players just mentioned to you guys, they are on the NHL Draft 22. So I'll give you an idea where they at that moment. About Saturday night, Slavkovsky did not do well. They lost 5-4, but he have 25 minutes of penalty, so I'm sure he fight, and he have 2 shots on the ice. So Slavkovsky is a big guy, NHL draft, maybe the top 5, I believe he's going to be. Oliver Kapanen have a 0-0-0, 3 shots during the last. Harris and Strobel, they got destroyed 6-0, obviously by, again, UMass. They have both of them -2, 5 shots for Harris. Luke Tuck went 4-0. I believe that's a Vermont or Yale. 1 assist +2, very good. Pesada with Montreal, Poland, don't want to talk about this. Mailloux, 1 more assist +3, and 2 shots on the nice on this game. They won 5-3. London's doing very well. Shane Wright wins 6-2, 2 assists. Wright have 3 points this weekend after he did not get any of them last week. +3, +2, and 3 shots. Kiki have 0, and Winnipeg Ice lost 7-2. On the flip side, Mathieu Savoie is 1 assist, but -3 with Kiki, but 6 shots on the ice for the center, Mathieu Savoie. So that gives you an idea, guys, where we at that moment. I want to also talking about the trade deadline. We talk about culture. But what I want to talk about, guys, is they're going to have some players going to leave in Montreal Canadiens. I still believe Chariot should be traded. Where I still, the best match for Montreal is the New York Rangers for Chariot. I know Toronto, Edmonton, Florida are looking for a LD. Now, in return, Montreal have to be a first-round pick in return. I still believe they can get that kind of the pick, and during the trade deadline, that's Chariot it is at that moment. We heard some rumor the last 2 days. Some teams are looking for Jonathan Drouin. I don't know how deep it is. He's right now on back in Montreal for examination of maybe an injury. But it would be interesting if they can move him. This was not expect for me to say that before until I heard this for the last 48 hours. Brent Kulak is another UFA. Could add a deep or depth or team going to maybe looking for a playoff spot. A 3rd, 4th, 5th round pick I return could get Kulak, or a package deal could be go somewhere also. Likanen is the next one. For me, Lekanen all depend the Pitlick. Pitlick, Lekanen look like the similar players on my eyes. Lekanen smarter at Pitlick about the defensive side. Pitlick a little bit more offensive side. He played only 13 minutes at Pitlick yesterday, but since he's joined the Montreal Canadiens, Pitlick have a great performance so far. On the flip side, Lekanen have a good way to get maybe in demand during the trade deadline. I wouldn't be surprised. For me, it's a second round pick. I think the Canadiens bring a lot on the bottom six for team want to go to playoff. I think the Canadiens can get a second round pick in return. Again, the Rangers could be one. They can get him and maybe trade a Gravzav about that. We talk about Hoffman could be also on the Meyer or other team. But I'm not sure if Hoffman. Toffoli, I think would be bad if they trade Toffoli. I think Toffoli should be with the Montreal Canadiens. They talk about Allen Price, the injury, push back everything. I honestly see this. I think Armia could be another one. Now we talk about the veterans like Perrault, Paquette. Those kind of players could be at track at some point, but not like a really. Paul Biron could be another one with Joel Armia also, like I mentioned. That's pretty much what I see. So Glag or Niku or Whiteman could be also for a light trade or a package deal at some point. But that's what I expect at that moment for the Montreal Canadiens until the trade deadline is March 21st. We see maybe some discussion. We'll talk about this at some point. What Montreal for the upcoming week? They'll still play one more game on the road. This is their 5th game on the road. They are 1-1-2 after 4 games. Monday night, again, the Minnesota Wild, another great team in the Central Division. They are hot, the Wild, with Kaprizov, of course, and it'll be interesting Montreal can do. After that, they are back at home for a mini game. They will start Thursday against Anaheim Ducks, where the team is 50-50 right now. They are, they play for 500 for the last 25 games. I think they have only 10 wins in the last 25 games for Anaheim after a hot start of the season. Saturday, Edmonton. Finally, Edmonton beat Calgary yesterday. They stopped their slump at 7 by winning 5-3. Tressalo have 2 goals. So that's maybe not a good news for Montreal. Then they play a back-to-back game, Montreal, again, a Columbus Blue Jacket at home, both game at 7 o'clock p.m. So that gave another week of 3 games and 4 nights. Expect this a lot in February for the Montreal Canadiens. Just give you an idea, I have already for February, including Columbus, all right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in February. And remember, the beginning of the week number 1 in February is the All-Star game. So busy schedule for the Montreal Canadiens. Just give you an idea. You talk about 4 games and 5 nights for the Montreal Canadiens. 6 nights, I'm sorry. And then another way they have, again, 3 games and 4 nights in February. And another 4 games and 5 nights, and 6 nights. This is what is coming for the Montreal Canadiens. I want to finish this, and I did not mention this at the beginning. I want to talk about Dominic Charm, and I know the video is a bit longer, but use that kind of series video are usually 20-22 minutes. Dominic Charm, I'm really disappointed. Come on, coach, you just have a great week. I just want to mention this something. I feel he does not have a difficult time to adjust at what's going on the ice. Secondly, he used his time on ice on front players badly. Why Petrie is on the ice? Why they put Romanov on the third pairing defenseman? Why they let Glagu Kulak go over him? Why they let play Romanov now only 15 minutes and 17 minutes after he played over 20 minutes at some point? What's wrong with that? Can he have an injury? I don't know. But if he's healthy, what the heck's going on here? Why Rand Poland play only 10, 12 minutes per game now? I really don't get it. And then you Muppet Jeff Petrie play 25 minutes is one of the worst players since the beginning of the season. Why to play Jake Evans and OT? You know what? I'm going to make another video this week, maybe later today or tomorrow, about what Dominic Charm is not right now. So I think I will calm down right now. I don't want to do the the blood pressure high at that moment. I will calm down. I will finish this video very nicely. This completes another great video of the series. Let's talk Habs with the Montreal Canadiens. Of course, with the coach, Coach FRENCHY for the Hockey Nation Live show. My friend, don't forget, you have greatness inside of you. I wish you an amazing, great week, everybody. And of course, before we leave, if you do not subscribe, please do. If you enjoyed this video, I enjoy when you click on thumbs up. And finally, tell me what you think about my video about the weekly review and upcoming for the Montreal Canadiens. Mes amis, sur ce termine une autre vidéo de la série qui s'appelle Let's Talk Habs avec l'entraîneur Coach FRENCHY. Avant de vous quitter, j'aimerais bien vous inviter de vous abonner à la chaîne de Hockey Nation Live Show. Vous avez bien aimé la vidéo, s'il vous plaît, cliquez sur le petit pouce en haut. Et finalement, dites-moi ce que vous pensez de la performance de Montréal la semaine passée. Et la semaine prochaine, ce que vous attendez d'eux autres. Donc, je vous remercie encore une fois. Je vous souhaite une très belle semaine et on se revoit un peu plus tard.